Hello and welcome to Number One. I have 10 podiums behind me and 10 players to come down and fill them. So let's start by playing for qualifying positions. The important thing about this round is the nearer you qualify to Number One, the easier the rest of the game's going to be. The nearer you are to 10, the harder it is. And whoever ends up at Number One by the end of the show gets the chance to win up to £2,500. Players, get this first question right and you'll go straight to Number One. Get it wrong, though, and you'll go to Number 10. So here's the first question. Who is the famous mother of baby Rocco Ritchie? Spencer.
Madonna.
Correct. Spencer Wakem from Essex. You qualify at Number One. Which charity was established in 1982 to provide help and... Michael.
Oxfam.
Is the wrong answer. It's the Terence Higgins Trust that supports those with AIDS or HIV infection. Michael Andrew from London, that means you qualify at Number 10. The name of the Japanese children's card and electronic game Pokemon comes from which two English... Jack.
Pocket Monster.
Is the right answer. Jack Waley-Cohen from Oxford, you qualify at Number 2. In which sport is Martin Pipe a famous name? Brian.
Horse racing.
Is the right answer. Brian Allen from West Yorkshire, you qualify at Number 3. The TV sitcom Bootsy and Snudge was a spin-off from which military... Stuart.
The Army Game.
It was a spin-off from the Army Game. Stuart Fairfowl from Birmingham, you qualify at Number 4. Billy Budd, the story, which later became a Britain opera, was written by which American author who also wrote Moby Dick? Mike.
Herman Melville.
Is the right answer. Mike Wallace, our reigning champion from Cheltenham, you qualify at Number 5. The nickname of which cantata by Bach reflects a growing fondness for the beverage at the time it was composed? Yehan.
Coffee.
Is the right answer. It was the Coffee Cantata. Yehan Parry from Wolverhampton, you qualify at Number 6. According to William Blake's poem from his Songs of Experience, which creature is seen burning bright? Christine.
A tiger.
It was Tiger, Tiger, burning bright. Christine Renfrey from Surrey, you qualify at Number 7. Which tenor joined Placido Domingo and Luciano Pavarotti in the concerts recorded on the eve of the 1990? Graham.
Jose Carreras.
Is the right answer. Graham Gresty from Gloucester, you qualify at Number 8, which means that Pam Branch from Werrington, you take our remaining podium, Number 9. Qualification is complete. Players, take your podiums. So, everyone's in place, but anything can happen in this round. It could all change. Spencer has qualified at Number 1, but you're going to have to fight to hang on to that position. Our reigning champion, Mike, is down there in the middle at Number 5. Mike, you made £450 last time. Let's see if you can improve on that in this programme. But Pam at Number 9 and Michael at Number 10, you're in that dangerous elimination zone. You've got to get out of there as fast as you can. From now on, get a question right, you'll move up. Get it wrong and you'll move down. I've also got 2 and 3 place questions, and look out for the crucial Number 1 question, which can transform everything and take you all the way up to the top. The key in this round is to stay away from those last 2 podiums, because from now on, every 60 seconds, whoever's there will play head-to-head on a sudden death eliminator. Lose and you're out. If you're all clear, let's play. Which actor who was elected to the Labour Party National Executive in the year 2000 is known for Blackadder and Time Team? Jack, Number 2.
Tony Robinson.
Is the right answer. Jack, move right up to Number 1. Spencer, move down. What was the collective title for the series of novels by John Galsworthy that began... Jack, Number 1.
The Forsyte Saga.
Is the right answer. Jack, because you're already at Number 1, you can now choose to move someone all the way down to the end. Who's your rival?
I'll send Spencer down.
Spencer, you're too close for comfort there at Number 2. Go all the way down to Number 10. You're going to have to really fight your way back up that line if you want to challenge for Number 1 again. A 2-place question now. What's the name of the production company founded by Andrew Lloyd Webber, taking its name Jack, number 1 again.
The really useful company.
Is the right answer. Jack, who do you want to move down? Or, of course, you could decide to freeze someone out from answering the next question. Who's your rival?
I'm going to move Mike down to the bottom.
Mike, our reigning champion. They're a bit worried about you there at number 4. Go all the way down to number 10. The rest of you shuffle up the line. The authorised version of the Bible was prepared on the orders of which king? Jack, number 1 again.
King James I.
Is the right answer. Jack, who's your rival?
I'll send Ian down to the bottom.
Yehan, go all the way down to number 10. He's picking on you all indiscriminately, but of course making some enemies for later on in the game. And Yehan, I'm afraid he's moved you, together with Mike, right into that elimination zone. One of you will go out on this next question. First featured in the plot of a 1964 film of the same name, what was the Pink Panther? Yehan.
The Pink Panther was a diamond.
Is the right answer. Well done, Yehan. You move up to number 9 and survive to challenge on. But Mike, our reigning champion today, you're the first person to be out.
Sorry, Sean.
And on with the game. Which violinist took Vivaldi's 4 Seasons? Spencer, number 8.
Nigel Kennedy.
Is the right answer. He did take 4 Seasons to number 3 in the album charts. Move up a place. A 3-place question now. On May Day 2000, anarchists in central London daubed with paint. Jack, number 1.
Statue of Winston Churchill.
Is the right answer. Jack, you can move someone down or freeze them out. Who's your rival?
I'll move Stuart down, please.
Stuart, he's picking on you now at number 3. Go all the way down to number 9. The rest of you shuffle on up. Which fictional traveller whose first name is Lemuel? Jack, number 1 again.
Gulliver.
Is the right answer. Can any of you stop this man? Who's your rival?
I'll freeze out Ian.
Yehan, at number 8, you're frozen out in the danger zone. You may not answer the next question. Captain Peacock, Miss Brahms and Mr Humphreys. Spencer, number 6.
Are you being served?
They were all in Are You Being Served? Well done, you move up a place. A 3-place question now. Which island off the coast of modern Italy was invaded by the... Christine, number 3.
Sicily.
It was Sicily. Well done, Christine. You go all the way up to number 1. They've knocked Jack off that top spot. And time is up. Yehan, you're in the elimination zone again at number 8, this time against Stuart at number 9, who was moved down there by Jack. Which one of you is going to survive? Which cosmetic applied with brush strokes derives its name from the Italian word for mask? Yehan.
Mascara.
Is the right answer. You survive again, Yehan. Well done. Stuart, I'm afraid that means you're out. Which 1980s TV series involved Geordie builders finding work? Spencer, number 5.
Alfreda St. Pet.
Is the right answer. Move up 1 place. A number 1 question now. This could change everything on this board. Which new art museum on the south bank of the Thames? Jack, number 2.
Tate Modern.
It is Tate Modern. Well done. You go back up to number 1. Christine, you move down. Where in 31 BC did the forces of Octavian inflict a decisive defeat on Mark Antony and Cleopatra? Yehan, number 8.
Alexandria.
Is the wrong answer. It was Actium. Yehan, you're frozen out from answering the next question. In which film does Peter Sellers play a trade union official with dreams of visiting the Soviet Union? Graham, number 5.
I'm all right, Jack.
Is the right answer. Graham, move up a place. A 2-place question now. Which Salford-born singer made her solo chart debut in 1977 with Pearl's a Singer? Spencer, number 5.
Elkie Brooks.
Is the right answer. Move up 2 places to number 3. The other 2 shuffle down. And time is up. Yehan, you're still in that elimination zone. Let's see if you can survive a 3rd time, this time against Michael at number 7. The Wirral Peninsula lies between the estuaries of the Dee and... Yehan.
The Mersey.
The Mersey is the other river. Well done, Yehan. You survive again. Move up to number 7. Michael, you move down to number 8. And you haven't answered a question yet, and it means you're out. So let's play on. On which children's television programme did Liz Barker become a presenter in the year 2000, joining Matt Baker, Simon Bryan, number 4?
Blue Peter.
Is the right answer. Brian, move up to number 3. Which actress co-stars with Geoffrey Palmer in the TV comedy As Time Goes By? Spencer, number 4.
Dame Judi Dench.
Is the right answer. Go back to number 3. Bit of rivalry there. Which sport features in the films Tin Cup? Jack, number 1.
Golf.
It is golf. Now, you can move someone down. Who's your rival?
I'm going to move Spencer down.
Spencer, go down to number 7. You've been a bit too good recently, and he's scared of you, obviously. Who was the 3rd member of the Apollo 11 mission? Spencer, number 7.
Buzz Aldrin.
Well, it saw Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin land on the moon. The 3rd member was Michael Collins. Spencer, you're frozen out from answering the next question. Which scientist devised the means of measuring the speed of a body or fluid relative to the local speed of sound? Brian, number 3.
Alfred Einstein.
Is the wrong answer, Brian. It was Mac. Move down to number 4. Graham, move up. And time is up. Yayan again is in that elimination zone, this time playing Spencer at number 7. One of you will go out on this question. Fingers on buzzers. In the British Film Institute poll to find the top 100 British films of the 20th century, which director had 3 films in the top 5? Spencer.
Steven Spielberg.
Is the wrong answer, Spencer. It was David Lean with Brief Encounter, Lawrence of Arabia and Great Expectations. It means Yayan survives again by default this time, and Spencer, you're out. That was a lucky escape, wasn't it? On with the game. Which actress played Sandra's mother in The Liver Birds? Graham, number 3.
Molly Sugden.
Is the right answer. Move up to number 2. A 3-place question now. Which Oscar-winning actor's films include LA Confidential and The Insider? Brian, number 4.
Steve Martin.
Is the wrong answer. It was Russell Crowe. Brian, you've got to go all the way to the end and fight your way back up. I think you were thinking of LA Story. On what surface is the French Open tennis tournament? Jack, number 1.
Clay.
Is the right answer. Who's your rival?
Can I move Graham down, please?
OK, Graham, you've got to go all the way down from number 2 to number 6. He doesn't like anyone who's standing next to him. In terms of duration, how long is the sports car race staged each year? Jack again at number 1.
24 hours.
Is the right answer. Who's your rival now?
I'll move Yayan down.
Yayan, move back down into the elimination zone of number 6. You've got to fight your way out of there again. Which Roman emperor's last words included what an... Jack at number 1.
Nero.
It was Nero. Well done. Who's your rival, or do you want to freeze someone else?
I'll freeze Yayan.
Yayan, he's really picking on you now. Let's see what happens. And time is up, Yayan. He's put you into that elimination zone again. This time you're up against Graham at number 5. Whose tenure as Prime Minister was secured by the so-called coupon election? Yayan.
Clement Attlee.
Is the wrong answer, Yayan. It was Lloyd George in 1918, and after surviving so many eliminators, you're out. So we've gone from 10 players to 5, and up there at number 1, Jack is absolutely dominating the game, getting rid of anybody he finds remotely threatening. Join us in part 2 when the rules change, and we'll see who ends up at number 1.
The Citroën Zara Picasso. Free your mind. Celebrate the Zara Picasso's first birthday and get a new 1.6i SX including free air conditioning for just $11,980. Only during June.
This range of mobility products have one thing in common. They're all available from the Mobility Company, with interest-free credit, 3 years to pay, and there's no deposit required. For instance, you can have this stair lift now for as little as £49 a month. This offer is also available on rise and recline chairs, adjustable beds, scooters and powered wheelchairs. If you could benefit from any of these products, don't wait any longer. With no deposit and 3 years interest-free credit, there's no need to wait. Call the Mobility Company now on 0800 55 7799 for a free quotation. That's 0800 55 7799. Call now.
Jamjar.com have cut over 2,600 off the list price of Renault Megane Scenics. Or better log on or call 0845 608 1133.
Can you book with Sea France and get some of the lowest fares from Dover to Calais? Yes, you can. Book now on 08705 711 711 or visit seafrance.com and save £5. See the difference with Sea France.
To find out if you could be better off with budget car insurance, call us now on 0800 247 247. Budget! 0800 247 247.
Welcome back. We're about to find today's number 1, our smartest and fastest competitor, will get the chance to win up to £2,500. So let's see who we've got in our final 5. At number 1, Jack Waley-Cohen, the student of psychology at Oxford University. Jack, you've been playing a very canny game. Who do you fear most, though, out of the ones who are there?
I think maybe Brian.
Brian is looking a little bit dangerous. He's very keen on the buzzer, even if he doesn't get them all right. At number 2, we've got Christine Renfrey, the statistics manager from Surrey. Christine, you've been very quiet, only answered 1 question so far, but with all those eliminations, you've been shuffling up that pack, and now you're at number 2. Pam Branch there at number 3, who's a retired insurance claims handler from Peterborough. Well, Pam, you haven't actually answered a question since the beginning of this programme, because you qualified in number 9 by default and you haven't answered anything yet, so you've got to get in on that buzzer if you want to survive. At number 4, we have Brian Allam, an insurance underwriter from West Yorkshire. Brian qualified at number 3. He's slipped down to number 4, but he is playing quite aggressively. And he's next to Graham Gresty, the water treatment consultant from Gloucestershire. Graham, you just managed to get rid of Yehan, who was threatening you there before the break. Let's see if you can hang on now. What we're going to do is play a series of head-to-heads, beginning at this end. The first person to get 3 correct questions survives to challenge the next person in line. So first up, Graham at number 5 challenges Brian at number 4. Which is the most northerly country in the Commonwealth? Graham.
Canada.
Is the right answer, 1 point. Referring to his role in the development of the atom bomb, which scientist observed in 1965? Brian.
Oppenheimer.
Is the wrong answer. The quote was, "If only I had known, I should have become a watchmaker." It was Albert Einstein. Which force was first organised by Sir John and Henry Fielding in the middle of the 18th century? Graham.
The police force.
Is the right answer. Well done, Graham. You've got the 3 points and survived. Move up to number 4. Brian, you move down to number 5. I'm afraid you just weren't fast enough in that round, and now you're out. OK, Graham at number 4 plays Pam at number 3. Pam, let's see if you can get a question now. Scott Mackenzie, in his 1967 chart topper, told you to be sure to wear flowers in your... Graham.
In your hair.
Is a bad interruption. You wear flowers in your hair if you're going to San Francisco, was the answer I was looking for. The point goes to Pam. On which river does the city of Worcester stand? Graham, number 4.
The Severn.
Is the right answer. Take a point. What type of submarine mine took its name from a marine mollusk? Graham.
Limpet.
Is the right answer. 2 points. Pam, you must get a question now if you want to stay in the game. Which is the only part of the Duchy of Normandy still in British hands? Graham.
The Channel Islands.
Is the right answer. Graham, you get the 3 points and move up to number 3. Pam, you move down to number 4 and make a new number 1 record in being the only player not to answer anything in the programme, but it's been a pleasure having you. You're now out. So, Graham, you've survived 2 head-to-heads. Let's see how you fare against Christine at number 2. Whoever wins this battle will go on to challenge Jack for that number 1 spot. The rock star Reginald Kenneth Dwight is better known... Christine.
Elton John.
Is the right answer. 1 point. What name is given to the chain of islands stretching about 150 miles from the coast of Florida? Christine again.
The Key West.
The Florida Keys is the right answer. 2 points. Graham. You're suddenly up against someone who's a bit faster. With an Arabic name meaning soaked bread, which Spanish soup is traditionally served ice cold? Graham.
Gazpacho.
Is the right answer. Well done, you've got 1 point. Which of the 3 largest Balearic Islands is closest to Spain? Christine.
Mallorca.
Is the wrong answer, Christine. It's Ibiza. The point goes to Graham, so it's 2 points apiece. It all rests on this last question. In English cooking, a Madeleine sponge cake is covered in jam with a coating of shreds of what? Christine.
Coconut.
Is the right answer. Well done, Christine. You've got the 3 points and survived to challenge on. Graham, I'm afraid you're out. So it's the final head-to-head. 2 plays 1. Christine plays Jack. Let's see, Christine, if you can knock Jack off that podium number 1. He was very fast in the earlier rounds. Who, in 1381, led the Peasants' Revolt? Jack.
Wat Tyler.
Correct. 1 point. Which word can precede all of the following words to make common or everyday phrases? Brain, table, Jack.
Bird.
Is the right answer. 2 points. Christine, you must get this next question right to stay in the game. Whose resignation speech of 1990 set off the train of events that led to... Jack.
Margaret Thatcher.
Is the wrong answer, Jack. It led to Margaret Thatcher's eventual resignation, but it was Geoffrey Howe's speech. The point goes to Christine. In humans, the female chromosomes are designated XX. Jack.
XY.
XY is how male chromosomes are known. Well done, you've got the 3 points, and that means that you are today's number 1. So congratulations, Jack, the psychology student from Oxford. Did you psych them out outside before we started or something?
Maybe.
Well, Christine, he was just a bit too fast for you this time, but you will get the chance for a bit of revenge because, Jack, as number 1, of course, you've won the right to come and play again next time, but first, you get a go at the cash. You could win up to £2,500, but we're going to give Christine and the other 8 you defeated the chance for some revenge. So will all players now return to your podiums? Jack, we're going to ask you to play all the players you defeated head-to-head for increasing amounts of money, starting at £50 when you play our defeated champion, Mike, down there at number 10, right up to £1,000 when you play Christine up there at number 2. So, Mike, you could have a £50 bonus to go home with today. Now, of course, all of you get to choose the subject of the question, but Jack doesn't have to play you. He could decide to pass and move the money up, increasing the risk on his next subject question. So, Mike, have a look at those and choose a subject.
World War II.
Jack, do you want to play or pass on World War II?
I'll play.
For £50, what has been held in Britain every 10 years since 1801, apart from during the Second World War? Mike.
Census.
Is the right answer. Well done, Mike. You take the money, a good steal. You're going home with £50 today. Add that, of course, to the £450 you won previously, and you go away with our best wishes and £500. Thank you. Stuart, your question's worth £50. Choose a subject.
Wimbledon players.
Jack, what do you like on tennis? Do you want to play or pass?
It's my favourite sport, so we'll play.
OK, good. He's feeling confident. For £50, in which year did Virginia Wade win the ladies? Jack.
1977.
She did win the ladies' singles in 1977. You win the £50. Stuart, no money for you. Michael, your question's worth £100. Choose a subject.
Famous women.
Jack, what do you like on famous women? Do you want to play or pass?
Might as well play.
OK, might as well play. For £100, who holds the rank of Lord High Admiral of the United Kingdom? Jack.
The Queen.
Is the right answer. You win the £100. Michael, I'm afraid, no money for you. Spencer, your question's worth £100. Jack got rid of you, I think, by putting you into the elimination zone. This is your chance for revenge. Choose a subject.
I'll go with current affairs, please.
Jack, play or pass on current affairs?
Play.
OK. For £100, what's the name of the TV and film production company run by Prince Edward? Jack.
Ardent.
Is the right answer. Jack, you win the £100. Bad luck, Spencer. No money for you. Now, here's a grudge match. Yayan, he kept sending you down to the end, and in the end, you did go out on a head-to-head. So your question's worth £200. Choose a subject.
Cheese.
Jack, on cheese against Yayan, very good player. Do you want to play or pass?
I'll give him a chance for revenge.
For £200, which type of cheese is made in the same way as cream cheese, only with skimmed milk, and is often eaten with salads? Yayan.
Cottage cheese.
Is the right answer. It's a good steal. You're going home with £200. A nice bit of revenge.
Thank you.
Brian, you can steal £200 as well if you're faster than Jack. Choose a subject.
I'll have technology, please.
Jack, play or pass?
Play.
Fancy your chances, Jack?
He's quite good.
For £200, which reference work first printed in Edinburgh in 1768? Jack.
The Encyclopaedia Britannica.
It was Encyclopaedia Britannica. Well done, you win the £200. Brian, I'm afraid, no money for you. Now, Pam, you've got the chance of winning £300 if you can get your first and last question on this programme correct. Choose a subject.
I'll try fashion.
Jack, do you want to take Pam on fashion or not?
Yes, I'll take her on.
OK. So, for £300, in the 1990s, the Italian fashion house Prada took over the English firm Church & Co., famous for manufacturing what? Pam.
Shoes.
Is the right answer. Well done, Pam. It's a great steal, and you've got £300 with your first and last question, but that was the one that mattered. You're going home with £300. Graham, you could steal £500, but you've only got 2 subjects left to choose from. What's it going to be?
I think I'll have to have public holidays, please.
Jack, do you want to play or pass for £500?
Play.
OK, had to think about that one. But fingers on buzzers. For £500, on which day each year does the Pope deliver his traditional Urbi et Orbi message, meaning the city and the world? Graham.
Easter Sunday.
Is the right answer. It's a great steal. You're going home with £500. So, Jack, you've got £450. They've been picking it off from you as they've been going along. Let's see if you can get £1,000 now as you play Christine. There's no choice of subject. You have to play on public works of art. So, for £1,000, on an empty plinth, in which open space in London was... Christine.
It's in Trafalgar Square, on the northern side, outside St Martin's in Fields.
Is the right answer. It was the sculpture by Mark Wallinger, exhibited in 1999. It's a very detailed and accurate steal. Christine, you're going home with £1,000. Jack, you got 450 out of a possible £2,500. It's not fantastic, but of course, as our number one, our undisputed fastest and smartest player, you've won the right to come back again and play the next time. And I hope you'll join us then when Jack will be joined by 9 new contestants, all battling to be number one. Number one, I have 10 podiums behind me and 10 players to come down and fill them. So let's begin by playing for qualifying positions. In the qualifying round, the important thing to remember is the nearer you qualify to number one, the easier the rest of the game's going to be. The nearer you are to number 10, the harder it's going to be, and whoever's at number one by the end of the game gets the chance to win up to £2,500. Players, get this first question right, you go to number one. Get it wrong, you go to number 10. So here's the first question. Whose revolutionary study supposedly got its name because of the composer's fury at the capture of Warsaw by the Russians in... Jim.
Tchaikovsky.
Is the wrong answer, Jim. It was Chopin. Jim Averill from Lichfield in Staffordshire. That means you qualify at number 10. What type of plant is kelp? Stephen.
Seaweed.
Is the right answer. Stephen Mulhall from Birmingham. You qualify at number 1. Notes from a Small Island and the Lost... Jack.
Bill Bryson.
They were written by Bill Bryson. Jack Waley-Cohen from Oxford, our reigning champion. You qualify today at number 2. After playing Hilda Ogden in Coronation Street... Mark.
Jean Alexander.
Is the wrong answer. Jean Alexander went on to play Auntie Wainwright in Last of the Summer Wine, was the answer I was looking for. Mark Foster from London, you qualify at number 9. Which Soviet gymnast won the... Jocelyn.
Olga Korbut.
Is a very good interruption. Jocelyn Cottrell from Doncaster. It was Olga Korbut who won the gold medal for beam and floor exercises in 1972's Olympics. You qualify at number 3. Which Greek philosopher was condemned to death in Athens in 399? Andre.
Socrates.
Correct. Andre Smith from London. You qualify at number 4. The Munich Agreement of 1938 followed as a direct result of the German invasion of which country? Alistair.
Poland.
Is the wrong answer. It was Czechoslovakia. Alistair Batchen from Leicester. You qualify at number 8. Who last made the top 10 in 1972 with Morning Has Broken? Una.
Cat Stevens.
Is the right answer. Una Harkin from Bristol. You qualify at number 5. The island formerly known as Ceylon is now known as what? Karen.
Sri Lanka.
Correct. Karen Rainey from Dumbarton in Glasgow. You qualify at number 6, which means Ian Sutherland from Edinburgh. You take our remaining podium, number 7. Qualification is complete. Players, take your podiums. So everyone's in place, and Steve has qualified at number 1. Our reigning champion, Jack, is right next to you. In the last programme, he won £450. Let's see if he can improve on that. He's very fast, Steve. Look out for him. But down at number 9 and 10, we've got Mark and Jim. You've got to get out of that elimination zone as fast as you can, because from now on, every time you get a question right, you'll move up a place. Get it wrong, though, and you'll move down. I've got 2- and 3-place questions, and look out for the crucial number 1 question, which can change everything by sending you right up to that number 1 spot. The key here is to stay away from those last 2 podiums at the end, because from now on, every 60 seconds, whoever's there will have to play head-to-head on a sudden death eliminator. Lose it, and you're out. So if you're all clear, let's play. Which children's television series narrated by Oliver Postgate involved a shop? Jocelyn, number 3.
Postman Pat.
Is the wrong answer, Jocelyn. It was Bagpuss. You moved down a place to number 4. Which novelist who became Governor-General of Canada wrote Green Mantle? Jim, number 10.
John Buchan.
He also wrote The 39 Steps. Correct. Move up to number 9. Which state of Germany that was Prince Albert's home gave its name to a round loaf with 2 cuts slashed across the top? Ian, number 7.
Coburg.
Is the right answer. Move up a place. A number 1 question then. These are very rare. It could change everything. In August 2000, which cabinet minister married Sarah Macaulay at his home in Jocelyn, number 4?
Gordon Brown.
Is the right answer, Jocelyn. Well done. You go all the way up to number 1. We've got a new person in control. Which group was guaranteed toleration within the Roman Empire by the Edict of Milan in AD 313? Una, number 5.
Jews.
Is the wrong answer, Una. It was the Christians. Moved down a place to number 6. Which actress played Tara King, the last of John Steed's partners in the 60s television series? Jim, number 9.
Linda Thorson.
Is the right answer. In The Avengers. Move up to number 8 and out of that elimination zone. Time is up. Alistair, he's dumped you right in it there at number 9. You've got to play Mark at number 10 to see which one of you will survive. In which sport are David Bryant and Tony Alcock? Alistair.
Balls.
Is the right answer. Well done, Alistair. You survived to challenge on. Mark, I'm afraid you couldn't get a buzzer in, and you're out. So on with the game. As well as coconuts, which nuts may be ground and used to make macaroons? Jocelyn, number 1.
Almonds.
Is the right answer. Now, because you're already at number 1, you can now choose to move someone all the way to the end. Who's your rival?
Jack.
Jack, our reigning champion. You're too fast for them all. They've seen you do this before. The rest of you shuffle up. Which historical event is depicted in the film 13 Days? Jack, number 9.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
Is the right answer. Jack, well rescued. He's catching you up already. What name was given to the French Protestants who sought refuge in England? Andre, number 3.
Huguenots.
Is the right answer. Move up a place to number 2. Which red fruits of the shrub Vaccinium are used to make a sauce to accompany turkey? Jack, number 8.
Cranberries.
Is the right answer, and out of that elimination zone to number 7. Founded in 1906, what was the name of the Islamic political movement which advocated the creation of a separate... Alistair, number 9.
Islamic Jihad.
Is the wrong answer. I was looking for the Muslim League. Alistair, you're frozen out from answering the next question. And that actually means, Alistair, that at number 9, you've now got to play Jim at number 8 to see which one of you survives. Which American actors' films include Touch of Evil, The Agony and the Ecstasy, and Planet of the Apes? Jim.
Charlton Heston.
Is the right answer, Jim. You survived to play on. Alistair, I'm afraid you're out. Let's start with a 2-place question. Jazz musician Miles Davis principally played which instrument? Ian, number 4.
Trumpet.
Is the right answer. Move up 2 places to number 2. The rest of you shuffle down. What product of volcanic eruptions cools and solidifies to form... Jocelyn, number 1.
Pumice.
Is the wrong answer. I was looking for magma, which forms igneous rocks. Jocelyn, move down a place to number 2. Ian, you move up to number 1, a new man in the top spot. The sun god Helios was destroyed. Jack, number 7.
The Colossus of Rhodes.
Is the right answer. Out of that elimination zone and to number 6. Karen, you're in danger now. A 3-place question, though. By what nickname do readers know Captain Hugh Drummond, the hero who battles villain? Jack, number 6.
Bulldog Drummond.
Is the right answer. Battling Carl Peterson in novels by Sapper. Move up to number 3. James Boswell, the 18th century son of a Scottish judge, is best remembered today for his biography of which famous writer? Jim, number 8.
Samuel Johnson.
Is the right answer. Move up to number 7. But Jim, you're still in that elimination zone. You've now got to play Karen at number 8 to see which one of you will survive. Can you make it through again? Julius Caesar was assassinated on the Ides of March, 44 BC. In modern reckoning, what day is the Ides of... Jim?
The 15th.
Is the right answer. It is the Ides of March, and Jim, you survive again to challenge. Karen, I'm afraid that means you're out. So, Jim survived 2 head-to-heads, and we've got a new number 1 with Ian, but Jack, our reigning champion at number 3, is challenging hard. In a pyramid, the base is a polygon. What shape are the sides? Jack, number 3.
Triangles.
Is the right answer. Move up to number 2. A 2-place question now. Which Democrat lost narrowly to George Bush in the... Jocelyn, number 3.
Gore. I'm sorry.
You should have stayed with your instinct, Jocelyn. It was Al Gore. As you withdrew your answer, I'm going to move you down to number 5. The other 2 move up. Which country produced the famous Olympic athletes Paavo Nurmi? Jack, number 2.
Finland.
Is the right answer. Go back up to number 1. Our reigning champion is back in control. What region of the atmosphere lies above the troposphere? Jack, number 1.
Stratosphere.
Is the right answer. Jack, choose your rival.
I'll move Jocelyn down to the bottom.
Jocelyn, you're a bit too good for him. Go from 5 down to 7. Una, you benefit by moving out of that elimination zone. In which city are the sports grounds Headingley and Elland Road? Jack, number 1 again.
Leeds.
Is the right answer, Jack. You can move someone down or freeze them out. Who's your rival?
I'll freeze number 2.
Ian, you may not answer the next question. And time is up, which means that Jocelyn moved right down into that danger zone by Jack. Now have to play Jim for another head-to-head eliminator. Which singer was known as the Empress of the Blues? Jim.
Bessie Smith.
Is the right answer, Jim. Well done. You've survived another head-to-head battle. Jocelyn, I'm afraid he moved you into that danger zone just in time to make sure you're out. So Jim's now survived 4 head-to-head battles. He's moving up that board, but Jack is up there and being ruthless at number 1. Which TV quiz show was always announced as From Norwich? Jack, number 1.
The Sale of the Century.
It was the Sale of the Century. Jack, who's your rival now?
I'm going to freeze out number 6.
Jim, you may not answer the next question. What name is given to the part of the Earth's interior lying below the crust and above the core? Jack, number 1.
The mantle.
Is the right answer. Who's your rival?
I'll freeze out number 5.
Una, you may not answer the next question now. Mexican revolutionary Emilio Zapata gave his name to what sort of facial... Jim, number 6.
Bandana.
Is the wrong answer. He gave his name to the moustache. Jim, you're frozen out from answering the next question. Which author has been played in films by Robert Morley, Peter Finch and Stephen Fry? Jack, number 1.
Oscar Wilde.
Is the right answer, Jack. Who's your rival?
I'll freeze out number 6.
Jim, you may not answer the next question. Which building? There's no time to finish that one. It means that Jim at number 6 has to play Una at number 5 for another head-to-head. Jim, you've survived 4 of these. You're pretty good at them. Let's see if you can do a 5th. Who played the spy Harry Palmer in films? Jim.
Michael Caine.
Is the right answer. Well done, Jim. You survive a 5th time, move up to number 5. Una, he was just too fast for you. Go down to number 6. You know what that means, don't you?
I don't.
You're out. So we've gone from 10 to 5. Jim is hanging on in there in a very impressive fashion. He's survived 5 head-to-heads and is at number 5. But Jack, our reigning champion, is in control and at number 1. Join us after the break and we'll see who's going to end up as number 1. Welcome back. We're about to find today's number 1. Our smartest and fastest competitor will get the chance to win £2,500. So who have we got left from our original 10? At number 1, our reigning champion, Jack Waley-Cohen.
I think Jim at number 5.
Jim is at number 5 and he's doing very well indeed. But of course, you only got £450 out of the possible £2,500 in the last programme. Let's see if you can improve on that this time. At number 2, Ian Sutherland, the retired surveyor from Edinburgh, qualified at number 7, but has made his way up that board, partly by default, it has to be said, Ian, as well. You've been quite lucky, haven't you?
I haven't.
At number 3, Andre Smith, qualified at number 4, but is now at number 3. Been sort of hovering around that area, not doing too much. Let's see what happens in the next few minutes. At number 4, Steve Mulhall, student in European Studies from Birmingham. Steve, you've got a bit of a task on because the first thing you've got to do is play our king of the head-to-heads because at number 5, Jim Averill, the postman from Lichfield in Staffordshire, has survived 5 eliminator rounds so far. He's very fast on the buzzer. Let's see which one of you is going to go through because from now on, we're going to find our number 1 with a series of head-to-heads. Starting at the end, the first person to get 3 correct questions survives to challenge the next person in line. So first up, Jim plays Steve, 5 plays 4. Fingers on buzzers. In comedy films of the 1930s, who played characters called Rufus T. Firefly? Steve.
Groucho Marx.
Is the right answer, 1 point. Which singer-songwriter wrote the Monkees hit I'm a Believer? Jim.
Neil Diamond.
Is correct, 1 point. In Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, who's described by Mark Antony as the noblest Roman? Jim.
Brutus.
Is the right answer, the noblest Roman of them all? 2 points, Jim. Steve, you've got to get this next question right to stay in the game. Which songwriter penned the line, "Who wants to be a millionaire"? Steve.
Cole Porter.
Is the right answer. 2 points. Well done. So it all rests on this next question. Which Chinese territory was ceded to Britain by the 1842... Steve.
Hong Kong.
By the Treaty of Nanking, it was Hong Kong. Well done, Steve. You've got the 3 points and survived. Jim, you made it through so many head-to-heads, but it eluded you in the end. I'm afraid you're out. So Steve goes on to challenge Andre at number 3. Which rock star separated from his wife, Meg Matthews, after... Steve.
Noel Gallagher.
Is the right answer. 1 point. Who made designer stubble and no socks fashionable as... Steve.
George Michael.
Oh, that was a bit of a gamble, wasn't it? No, if you'd have waited for the question, I was going to say in the role of Sonny Crockett, of course, Miami Vice, and it was Don Johnson. The point goes to Andre. In the year 2000, the Russian Orthodox Church declared which former Tsar a saint? 82 years. Andre.
Nicholas II.
Is the right answer. 82 years after his death. 2 points to Andre. Steve, you must get this next question right. In which city does the European Court of Human Rights convene? Steve.
Geneva.
Is the wrong answer, Steve. It was a costly error. It is, in fact, Strasbourg, and the point goes to Andre. It means that you're out. So, Andre, you're feeling lucky?
Yeah, I seem to be doing OK so far.
OK, well, let's see how you do against Ian at number 2. Anderlecht is a suburb of which Belgian city? Andre.
Brussels.
Is the right answer. 1 point. What name is given to the official reports of parliamentary debates? Ian.
Hansard.
Correct. 1 point to you. Which designer introduced the new look in 1940? Ian.
Christian Dior.
In 1947, it was Christian Dior. 2 points. Well done. So, Andre, he's got 2 points, you've got 1. Whoever wins this battle will go on to challenge Jack to be number 1. Every devout Muslim strives to make the Hajj at least once in his life. What is the Hajj? Andre.
It's the pilgrimage.
Is the right answer. It's the pilgrimage to Mecca. Andre, you've got 2 points, so 2 points apiece. It all rests on this question. Which Australian opera singer was born Helen Mitchell? Ian.
De Mary Melba.
Is the right answer. Well done, Ian. You've got the 3 points and survived to challenge on. Andre, I'm afraid you're out. So well done, Ian. You won that battle. Now, of course, you've got to take on our reigning champion, Jack, for that number 1 podium. Which of Christ's apostles was the brother of Simon Peter? Ian. Must hurry you.
Paul.
Is the wrong answer, Ian. It was Andrew. The point goes to Jack. In which city was Johann Strauss the Younger's waltz, the Blue Danube, first performed? Jack.
Vienna.
Is the right answer. 2 points, Jack. So, Ian, if he gets this next question right, or if you get it wrong, he will be today's number 1. There are about 200,000 Copts or Coptic Christians. Jack.
Egypt.
They do live in Egypt. Well done, Jack. You've got 3 points, which means you are today's number 1. So, Jack Waley-Cohen, our student from Oxford, well done. You are number 1 again. Ian, he's just very, very fast, isn't he?
He certainly is. He's made me work very hard, and I'm just disappointed I didn't make it.
Well, don't worry, because you've got your chance of revenge coming up. Jack, as our number 1, our smartest and fastest player, you've won the right to come back and play for a 3rd time, but right now you're going to play for the cash. You could win up to £2,500. In the last programme, of course, you only got 450 of that. Let's see if you can improve on it, because we're going to give Ian and the other 8 that you defeated their chance for revenge, and I suspect some of them will want it. So, defeated players, return to your podiums. Jack, we're going to ask you to play all the people you defeated head-to-head for increasing amounts of money, starting with a question worth £50 when you play Mark down there at number 10, going right up to £1,000 when you play Ian at number 2. So even Mark at number 10 could go home with 50 quid if he's faster than you on a single question. They get to choose the subject, but you don't have to play them. You could decide to pass and move the money up, but you'll increase the risk, of course, on your next question. Get the question right, win the cash. Get it wrong, and you'll lose the cash. So, Mark, take a look at those subjects and choose one.
Children's TV.
Jack, do you want to play or pass?
I'll play.
OK, fingers on buzzers. For £50, which characters spoke only in whistles? Jack.
The Clangers.
It was the Clangers. Jack, you take the £50. Mark, I'm afraid no money for you. Alistair, your question's worth £50. Choose a subject.
Infamous people.
Jack, do you want to play or pass and move the money up?
I'll play.
OK, he's going to play. You're not scared of Alistair then?
No.
OK, very confident. For £50, which financier imprisoned in Singapore after... Jack?
Nick Leeson.
It was Nick Leeson who was involved in the collapse of Barings Bank. You win the £50. Alistair, I'm afraid no money for you. Karen, your question's worth £100. Choose a subject.
Months of the year.
Jack, do you want to play or pass?
Play, please.
OK. For £100, which Palestinian terrorist group was responsible for the murder of Israeli athletes? Jack?
Black September.
Is the right answer. They were responsible for murders at the 1972 Olympics. You win the £100. Karen, no money for you. So Jack is getting it all at the moment. The rest of you have got to try and stop him from getting that whole £2,500. Jack, you've got 200 quid in the bank so far. Jocelyn, I imagine you're looking for some revenge.
I am. He's playing a very good game, but I aim to get better this time.
OK, well, you could take £100 off him. Choose a subject.
Musical terms.
Jack, do you want to play such a determined opponent or pass?
Well, I was going to play. No, I think I will still play. I'll give her a chance for revenge.
Oh, right, OK. How very sporting of you. For £100, which musical direction means playing notes on a string instrument by plucking? Jack?
Pizzicato.
Is the right answer. You win the £100. Bad luck, Jocelyn. No money for you. Una, choose a subject.
Russia, please.
Jack, do you want to play Una on Russia or pass?
I'll play.
So for £200, which Russian invented the gun known as the AK-47? Una.
Kalashnikov.
Is the right answer. It's a good steal. Una, you're going home with £200. Jim, for £200, choose a subject.
Assassinations.
Jack, do you want to play or pass?
Play.
OK, Jim, your chance for revenge now. For £200, which communist leader from the Caribbean was reckoned to have been the target for over 600 assassination attempts? Jim.
Fidel Castro.
Is the right answer. Jim, it's a good steal. You're going home with £200. So, Jack, it's slipping away from you all of a sudden. You've got £300, but you've just lost £400. Steve, for £300, choose a category.
Pseudonyms, please.
Jack, do you want to play Steve on pseudonyms or pass?
I'll play.
OK, he's going to play you, Steve. He's not scared. For £300, under what pseudonym did John Bainham Harris write The Day of the Triffids? Jack?
John Wyndham.
Is the right answer, Jack. You win the £300. Steve, I'm afraid no money for you. OK, Andre, this question is worth £500. It would be very nice to take that home. You've only got 2 subjects left to choose from. What will it be?
I'll choose Warriors, please.
Jack, on Warriors, do you want to play or pass?
I'm going to play again.
You're going to play again. For £500, which military commander rode a chestnut stallion named Copenhagen? Jack? Must hurry
Nelson.
It wasn't Nelson, Jack. It was the Duke of Wellington, and that means the money goes to Andre. Andre, congratulations. You're going home with £500. So we're up to that crucial number 2 question. It's worth £1,000. Jack, you've got 600 so far. Let's see if you can improve on that. Ian, this is your chance for a bit of revenge. You can't choose a subject. There's only ships left. So fingers on buzzers for £1,000. Which passenger liner was torpedoed off the Irish... Jack? Must hurry you.
I've completely lost it.
Oh, Jack, it was torpedoed off the Irish coast in May 1915 while en route from New York to Liverpool. Ian, do you know the answer?
Lusitania.
It was the Lusitania, and that means that you've got the money and you're going home with £1,000. So, Jack, you've got £600 out of that possible £2,500. Add that to the £450 you won last time. You got a total of £1,050. You're so fast during the early rounds, and then it seems to escape you a bit in that money round. What's going wrong?
I think I'm losing my concentration a bit after all the hard work of the earlier rounds.
Well, it is costing you money because look at how much they managed to take off you this time, especially Ian standing right next to you. But as number 1, of course, you get the chance to come back again next time, and I hope you'll join us then too, when Jack will be joined by 9 fresh contestants, all battling to be number 1.
More big money up for grabs in number 1 on Monday at 4 o'clock. The prospect of a pink flamingo egg hatched in captivity is causing great excitement in Pet Rescue at 5. Before that, we've got Countdown here on 4. It's at 12:30 tomorrow on 4. And speaking of challenges, it's time to step up to the podium for number 1.
Hello and welcome to number 1. I have 10 podiums behind me and 10 players to come down and fill them. So let's start by playing for qualifying positions. In the qualifying round, the important thing to remember is the nearer you qualify to number 1, the easier the rest of the game's going to be. The nearer you are to number 10, the harder it is. Whoever's at number 1 by the end of the show gets the chance to win up to £2,500. Players, get this first question right, you'll go to number 1. Get it wrong, you'll go to number 10. So here's the first question. Which surname was shared by the actors Tom and Colin, who both played the title role? Alan.
Firth.
Is the wrong answer. They both played Doctor Who and they were called Baker. Alan Brightmore from London, that means you qualify at podium number 10. The result of the United States 2000 presidential election depended on a long recount of votes in which state? Joe.
Florida.
Correct. Joe Wilby from London, you qualify at number 1. In which TV drama series set mainly on Californian beaches did David Hasselhoff... Jack.
Baywatch.
Correct. Jack Waley-Cohen, our reigning champion, you qualify at number 2. Disenfranchised by the Great Reform Act of 1832, what name was given to depopulated borough constituencies? Ian.
Rotten boroughs.
Is the correct answer. Ian Robertson from Derby, you qualify at number 3. For number 4 then, which best-selling novel by Anita Loos did she follow up with a sequel? Stuart.
Gentlemen prefer blondes.
Is the right answer. Stuart McCartney from Dewsbury, you qualify at number 4. In which sports history are Ben Hogan and Walter Hagen? Les.
Golf.
They are famous for golf. Les McLaughlin from Kilbarchan, you qualify at number 5. Which month of the year takes its name from the Roman god of gates? Martin.
January.
Is the right answer. Martin Lyons from Nottingham, you qualify at number 6. Pierre Trudeau, who died in the year 2000, had been Prime Minister of which? Lorraine.
Canada.
He was Prime Minister of Canada. Lorraine Sims from Bristol, you qualify at number 7. James Galway is a virtuoso on which instrument? Peter.
Flute.
Correct. Peter Roycroft from Weston-super-Mare, you qualify at number 8, which means that Emily Martin from Brighton, you take our remaining podium, number 9. Qualification is complete, so players, go to your podiums. Now, everyone's in place, and let's have a look at them. Joe has qualified at number 1. Joe, you're going to have to really work to stay there because anything can happen in this round. It changes very fast. Our reigning champion, Jack, has won 2 programmes in a row. This is your 3rd. You've got £1,050 from us so far. Let's see if you can improve on that today. But down here at number 9 and 10, we've got Emily and Alan. You're in that dangerous elimination zone. You've got to move out of there as fast as you can. From now on, every question you get right, you'll move up a place. Get one wrong and you'll move down. I've also got 2 and 3 place questions, and look out for the crucial number 1 question, which can transform the game by taking you all the way up to number 1. The key in this round is to stay away from those last 2 podiums, because every 60 seconds, whoever's there will have to play head-to-head for a sudden death eliminator. Lose it and you're out. If you're all clear, let's play. What was the value of the specially minted coin issued in the year 2000? Jack, number 2.
£5.
Is the wrong answer. It was a 50p piece issued to mark 150 years of public libraries. Move down a place. Which giant of Greek mythology who was shown supporting the world on his shoulders? Jack, number 3.
Atlas.
Correct, well rescued. Go back to number 2. Thomas Keneally's book about the Holocaust, Schindler's... Ian, number 3.
Steven Spielberg.
Well, Steven Spielberg directed the movie, but I was going to ask you what was the movie called. It was Schindler's List. Ian, moved down a place to number 4. What sort of establishment was run by the obnoxious Gordon Brittas in the TV sitcom Stuart, number 3.
Sports Centre.
It was a health centre, yes, move up a place. A 3-place question now. Vaughan Williams' Romance in D-flat, first performed in 1951, was written for which harmonica player? Ian, number 4.
Larry Adler.
Is the right answer. Move right up to number 1. We've got a new man in control. And time is up, which means that Emily and Alan at number 9 and 10 are in that dangerous elimination zone. One of you will go out on this next question. In the year 2000, the world's richest man under 40 was reckoned to be Michael Dell, who made his fortune in which business? Alan.
Computers.
Is the right answer. Well done, Alan. You survived to play on and move up to number 9. Emily, you moved down to number 10. I'm afraid you haven't answered a question yet, and it means you're out. And on with the game. The TV crime series Softly Softly was a spin-off from which? Alan, number 9.
Z-Cars.
Is correct. Move up a place. A 2-place question now. The vicar of Emneth in Norfolk, Reverend Wilbert Vere Audrey, became famous. Lorraine, number 7.
Thomas the Tank Engine.
Correct. He did write the railway books. Lorraine, move up to number 5. Les and Martin shuffle down. Adam West and Burt Ward played which? Alan, number 8.
Batman and Robin.
Correct. Well done, Alan. You're out of the elimination zone to number 7. Which ancient Greek state, renowned for the harsh military discipline? Les, number 6.
Sparta.
Is correct. Move up to number 5. A number 1 question now. This could change everything. They're very rare. Who wrote the tone poem Prélude à l'après-midi d'un faune? Peter, number 9.
JWC.
Is correct. Well done, Peter. You go all the way from number 9 right up to number 1. The rest of you shuffle down. That is a great number 1 steal. What word? No time to finish that question. Alan is at number 8 and Martin's at number 9. Alan, you've got to survive again. The Waltz of the Flowers is the last part of which ballet by Tchaikovsky? Alan.
Swan Lake.
No, it was in fact the Nutcracker Suite. Alan, you move down. Martin, you move up to number 8 to survive on in the game. And Alan, you survived 1 head-to-head, but now I'm afraid you're out. And on we go. Which bestseller by Nicholas Montserrat about a... Les, number 6.
The Cruel Sea.
It was The Cruel Sea. Well done, move up a place. How many times did Julius Caesar invade Britain? Stuart, number 4.
Twice.
It was twice in 55 and 54 BC. Move up a place. A 3-place question now as our ruling champion is slipping down towards the danger zone. Which minor political party held its annual conference in the year 2000 at the Dog and Partridge pub? Jack, number 6.
The Monster Raving Loony Party.
Is correct. Well done. You've saved yourself. Jack, move up to number 3. Les, Joe and Stuart shuffle down a place. In which city did Europe's tallest tower, the Jack, number 3.
Vienna.
Is the wrong answer. The Ostankino Tower is in Moscow and it caught fire in the year 2000. You moved down. Which TV puppet, created and voiced by Ivan Owen, often followed his own jokes? Ian, number 2.
Basil Brush.
Correct. Can you make the noise?
Boom, boom.
Well done. Move up to number 1. Peter, you move down. Of what is myology the study? Martin, number 8.
Cells.
Is the wrong answer. It's actually muscles. Martin, you're frozen out from answering the next question. And 60 seconds is up, which means that Lorraine at number 7 plays Martin at number 8 head-to-head to see which one of you survives. With 8,900 test runs, which batsman has the highest career total in English cricket history? Martin.
Is it Botham?
It's not Botham, Martin. It's Graham Gooch. It was a bad guess. I'm afraid it means you're out. So Lorraine survives on. Let's see what happens next. Which pharaoh ordered the construction of the Great Pyramid at Giza? Peter, number 2.
Cheops.
Is the right answer, Peter. Well done. Move up to number 1. You've knocked Ian off that top spot. In Goldfinger, how does James Bond kill Oddjob? Stuart, number 3.
He electrocutes him with his own hat.
Is the right answer, Stuart. Move up a place towards number 1. Peter, he's challenging you now. Which disaster is depicted in the British film A Night to Remember? Jack, number 4.
The sinking of the Titanic.
Correct. Move up to number 3. Which British racing driver is the only man ever to have won the Formula 1 World Drivers' Championship, the Le Mans 24-hour? Jack, number 3.
Is it Nigel Mansell?
It's not Nigel Mansell. The only driver to have won the Formula 1 World Drivers' Championship, Le Mans and the Indianapolis 500 was Graham Hill. You moved down. A 3-place question now. In which city is the Blue Mosque a famous tourist attraction? Ian, number 3.
Istanbul.
Correct. Well done, Ian. You go all the way up to number 1. Peter and Stuart, you move down. We've got a real battle going for that top spot. Time is up, which means that Les at number 6 plays Lorraine at number 7. Lorraine, you survived by default last time. Let's see what happens now. If in champagne a double-sized bottle is a magnum, what do we call a bottle that holds the equivalent of 4 normal bottles? It's a Jeroboam or a double magnum. In which sea, part of the Pacific Ocean, does the Great Barrier Reef rather... Les?
Coral Sea.
Is the right answer, Les. Well done. You survived to challenge on for number 1. Lorraine, I'm afraid you're out. So as we go on with the game, we've got quite a battle up there for that number 1 spot, and our ruling champion, Jack, is down there at number 4. When the empire of Alexander the Great was divided on his death, which of his generals became king of Egypt? Stuart, number 3.
Ptolemy.
Is the right answer. Well done, Stuart. Move up to number 2. A number 1 question now. In December 1972, what were Americans named Cernan and Schmidt the last? Joe, number 5.
Astronauts in space.
Is the wrong answer. I'm afraid they were the last people to visit the moon. Joe, that means you go down to the end to number 6. Les, move up. Which famous musician has published a book of song lyrics and poems called Blackbird Singing? Joe, number 6.
Paul McCartney.
Is the right answer. Move back up to number 5. But you are still in that danger zone, Joe. What in Judaism is the menorah? Jack, number 4.
It's the candlestick.
Correct. Move up to number 3. Who was the lead singer with the Boomtown Rats? Stuart, number 2.
Bob Geldof.
Correct. Well done, Stuart. You go right up to number 1. Ian, you move down. We've got a new man in control. What happened in a meadow? No time to finish that question. Joe is at number 5. Les is at number 6. One of you will go out on this eliminator question. The capital of the US state of Nebraska is named after which president? Les.
Lincoln.
Is the right answer, Les. Well done. You move up to number 5. Joe, you move down. He was just too fast for you, wasn't he? You're out. So Joe, who qualified at number 1, is now out of the game. We've got 3 very strong players vying for control of that board. Join us after the break when the rules change, and we'll find out who ends up at number 1. Welcome back. We're about to find today's number 1. Our fastest and smartest competitor will get the chance to win £2,500. So let's see who survived from the original 10. At number 5, Les McLaughlin, the retired police officer from Kilbarchan in Renfrewshire. Les, you've survived 2 head-to-head battles. Let's see if you can keep going up towards number 1. At the 4th podium, Peter Roycroft, the computer programmer from Weston-super-Mare. Peter, you qualified at number 8. But you got yourself right up into the reckoning with a number 1 question, and you're still here in this crucial round. At number 3, our ruling champion, Jack Waley-Cohen, the psychology student from Oxford University. Jack, you haven't actually been at number 1 yet. You qualified at number 2, now you're at number 3. Maybe you need to just wake up in this crucial head-to-head round. At number 2, Ian Robertson is the retired civil servant from Derby. Ian, you've been vying for that top spot. You have been at number 1. Let's see if you can challenge and make it through to win the money. Because you've got to fend him off, Stuart McCartney, the recruitment consultant from Dewsbury in West Yorkshire, qualified at number 4, now at number 1, and playing a very hard, aggressive game. You're all very evenly matched up there at the top. Let's see what happens in this round, because now you'll be playing head-to-head to find our number 1, starting at the end. First person to get 3 correct questions goes through to challenge the next person in line. So first up is Les at 5, challenging Peter at 4. Fingers on buzzers. In the world of pop, who were Bill Medley and Bobby Hatfield better known as? They were the Righteous Brothers. In which northern city are the medieval streets the Shambles and Stonegate? Les.
York.
Correct, 1 point. What in Indian cookery is the tandoor which gives tandoori dishes? Les.
It's a clay oven.
Is the right answer, 2 points. Peter, you've got to get this next question right to stay in the game. What is the usually accepted difference between a hamlet and a village? Peter.
A village has a church.
Is the right answer, 1 point. Get another one right, you could be challenging. What is involved in the Japanese art of ikebana? Les.
Flower arranging.
Is the right answer. Well done, Les. You've got the 3 points and move up. Peter, you move down. I'm afraid you weren't quite fast enough, and now you're out. So, Les, you go on to challenge our 2 times reigning champion. Let's see what happens here. What is the better-known name of Rapa Nui Island in the Pacific, famous for its stone statues? Jack?
Easter Island.
Correct, 1 point. In French cookery, what sort of dishes are bisques and bouillabaisse? Jack?
They're stews. Fish stews.
I'm going to give you that. They're actually fish soups, but that was close enough. Jack, you get 2 points. So, Les, you're up against our reigning champion. He is very fast, but you've got to get this next question right. Which variety of orange takes its name from an... Les?
Mandarin.
Is a bad interruption, Les. Jaffa oranges take their name from an Israeli city. The point goes to Jack, which means, Jack, you've got 3 and survived to play on. Les, I'm afraid you're out. So we're left with 3 pretty evenly matched players, but right now our 2 times reigning champion, Jack, has to challenge Ian, who's at number 2. Fingers on buzzers. In the Sherlock Holmes story, A Study in Scarlet, what does Dr. Watson call that great cesspool into which all the idlers and loungers of the Empire are irresistibly drained? He was talking about London. John D. Rockefeller made his fortune from which commodity? Ian?
Oil.
Correct, 1 point. Which phrase, meaning a failure after a showy start, derives from the mispriming of old guns? Time up. It's a flash in the pan. How frequently would a hebdomadal event occur? Jack?
Every 7 days, once a week.
Is correct. Weekly, you got 1 point. According to the journalist P.J. O'Rourke, which US holiday is so called because we're also thankful that it only comes once a year? Jack?
Thanksgiving.
Is the right answer. You've got 2 points. So the reigning champion is about to beat you, Ian. You've got to get this next question right. Which fashion designer was shot dead outside his Miami Beach mansion? Ian?
Versace.
Is the right answer. Well done. 2 points apiece. So this is the decider. Whoever gets the point from this question will go on to play Stuart to be number 1. Who starred with Rock Hudson in the comedy film Pillow Talk? Ian?
Doris Day.
Is the right answer, Ian. It was Doris Day. You've got the 3 points and survive. You have beaten our champion. Jack, you won 2 programmes, but now you've finally been defeated and you're out. So, Ian, well done. You've beaten our champion, but now you've got to play Stuart at number 1. Stuart, you haven't had to do very much for the last few minutes. Now it's time to wake up. The House of Keys is the representative assembly. Stuart?
The Isle of Man.
I'm not going to give you that, Stuart. It's the representative assembly of which ancient parliament? I was actually looking for the name, the Tynwald, which is the name of the Manx parliament. The point goes to Ian. Which rock singer is known as the Groover from Vancouver? Ian?
Bryan Adams.
Is correct. You've got 2 points. Stuart, he's impressive. Which fruit is used in French cuisine to make bigarade sauce served with duck or with goose? Stuart?
Orange.
Is correct. You've got 1 point. What name is given to the Taoist symbol of harmony? It's the yin-yang symbol. So again, Ian, get this right and you will be number 1. Which country left the Commonwealth in 1961 but was readmitted some years later? Ian?
South Africa.
Is the right answer, Ian. You've got the 3 points. Move up. It means you are today's number 1. So, Ian, congratulations. You had 2 tough battles to make it into that top spot, but you are today's number 1. Stuart, what went wrong?
I knew South Africa, but I didn't risk it.
Oh, well, you've got to be fast on the buzzer in this game. Never mind. Ian, as our number 1, it means that you've already won the chance to come back again the next time and play. But right now, you're going to have a go at the cash. You could win up to £2,500, but we're going to give Stuart and the others you defeated a chance for revenge. So will all players return to your podiums? Ian, we're going to ask you to play all the people you beat head-to-head now for increasing amounts of money, starting at £50 when you play Emily at number 10, right up to £1,000 when you play Stuart for that number 2 question. They get to choose the subject, but you don't have to play them. You can decide to pass and move the money up, increasing the risk as you go on the next question. So, Emily, have a look at the subjects and choose one.
The Oscars.
Ian, do you want to play on the Oscars or pass?
I'll play on that one.
OK. For £50, Dustin Hoffman won his 2nd Best Actor Oscar. Ian?
Tootsie.
is the wrong answer. He won his second Oscar for Rain Man. That means, Emily, you get the cash. You're going home with £50. Alan, your question's worth £50. Choose a subject.
Law.
Ian, do you want to play or pass on law?
I'll pass on that one.
Oh, is it the subject or the player?
The subject.
All right, it scares you a little bit. Alan, I'm afraid you don't get a chance. No money for you, but let's move the money up. Martin, that makes your question worth £150. Choose a subject.
I'll go for intelligence agencies.
Ian, do you want to play or pass?
I'll play on that one.
OK. For £150, in which city did American planes bomb the Chinese embassy, blaming the CIA for providing out-of-date maps? Ian.
Belgrade.
Is the right answer. You win the £150. Martin, I'm afraid no money for you. Lorraine, you could steal £100 if you get this question right. Choose a subject.
Weddings and marriage.
Ian, do you want to play on weddings and marriage or pass?
I'll play on it without any confidence.
OK. Well, fingers on buzzers. For £100, what name is given to a 30th wedding anniversary? Lorraine.
Pearl.
Is the right answer, Lorraine. Well stolen. You're going home with £100. Joe, your question's worth £200. Choose a subject.
Islands.
Ian, do you want to play or pass?
I'll play on that one.
You're not scared of Joe, then?
Don't know yet.
For £200, then, which island makes up a republic with Trinidad lying approximately 21... Joe?
Tobago.
Tobago does lie approximately 21 miles to the southwest of Trinidad. It's a good steal. You're going home with £200. Ian, they've stolen 350 quid from you so far. Peter, choose a subject.
Saints.
Ian, do you want to play on Saints or pass?
I'll play on that one.
OK, fingers on buzzers. For £200, which English town is named after the first Christian martyr? Ian.
St Albans.
St Albans is the right answer. You win the £200. Peter, no money for you. Now, Les, your question's worth £300. What subject do you fancy?
It's got to be Ireland.
Ian, on Ireland, do you want to play or pass?
He's got an Irish accent there, but I'll play.
OK. I'm not sure it is an Irish accent, actually. I think it might be Scottish, isn't it, Les?
Bit of each.
A bit of each, OK. For £300, then, which pop singer was made Mother Bernadette Maria of the Order of Mater Dei by rebel Irish Bishop Michael Cox? Les.
Dana.
Is the wrong answer, Les. It was Sinead O'Connor. The £300 goes to Ian. Les, I'm afraid, no money for you. So, Jack, our defeated champion, you took home £1,050 from the two programmes you won. £500 now would be a nice bonus to that. You've got two subjects to choose from. What will it be?
I'll go for Asia.
Ian, do you want to play or pass? He's a very impressive player.
I'll play on that.
Oh, well, what the heck. Let's give him a go. For £500, for what purpose was the Taj Mahal built? Jack.
It was a tomb.
Is the right answer. It was built as a mausoleum by Shah Jahan. Jack, it's a great steal. You're getting an extra £500. So, Stuart, a good time for a bit of revenge. Your question is worth £1,000, but I'm afraid you don't get any choice. There's only one subject left, and it is 1970s music. With a collar like that, you should be good on this one. For £1,000, who took a walk on the wild side in the 1970... Stuart?
Lou Reed.
It was Lou Reed. Well done, Stuart. I knew you'd be good on 70s music. It's a great steal. You go home with £1,000. So, Ian, as our number one, you've won 650 out of a possible £2,500. You didn't quite capitalise on that number one position because they managed to get quite a lot of money off you, but you were the fastest and smartest player in the game, and that means you'll be joining us again the next time. Join us then when Ian will be joined by 9 new contestants, all battling to be number one. Bye-bye.
And that'll be tomorrow at 4 o'clock. More historical myths from Magnus Magnusson next on 4, in amongst the wordplay in Countdown.
Work begins with the Dispatcher Special.